So, right now we're working on the floor, and we finally found the right screws. This is the thing, right? We have probably been to the hardware store about like 20 times, right? I don't know.
Yeah, about that.
So many times, because it's really hard to find the right pieces, and we're going back and forth. So these are finally flat top with the longer thread, and also the, what is that called? The self-tapping. So this is what we've used, and it's an issue because you don't want to puncture the gas tank. So we haven't actually screwed anything in the middle here. It's all around the sides, and very carefully making sure that we're not screwing into any important part of the engine. So we've done that. The floor is on. We're just working on getting bits and pieces put together. So we've got here pieces that we're turning into an extended part of the floor, because we want it to go from end to end when you open the doors. And we're doing that by using templates. So the best way we found, because we're just winging this, guys, we're not experts at this, we're basically normal people who have no idea what we're doing, but we're making these templates out of paper and then tracing them on, and that seems to be working pretty well. You kind of get your paper, you like push it right up into the corners of things if it's an organic shape like that, and then trace it around, cut it out, put it on, trace it again, cut it out, and there you go. Like, it works really well. So we've got the birch plywood here that we're using for the floor, which you can see the main piece is screwed down, but we've ended up making these extension pieces right here because we want that floor to extend all the way out till it meets this part of the van where the door kind of closes, so that when we're standing on it, we're standing on flat flooring. But in order to get the extension pieces to stay up and things, we're going to have to put blocks of wood underneath that we're kind of nailing them to. So we're really not sure how it's going to work out, but we're going to try it, as with everything that we do. And we're going to make a block here that's going to fit under both of those pieces, if you can see, and then nail on top both of them to keep that level, and then blocks all along under here, so that when you stand on it, it doesn't obviously fall down. And hopefully that will work out.
So you can see that there's multiple blocks holding that up, and it's very sturdy. I've tested it, I've jumped on it, done all that. To hide all that, we just
He's being serious as well.
To hide all that, we just made this little panel that's just gonna hide it all.
Yep. If it fits in there.
Kind of just goes in there like that.
Yep.
Looks a million times better.
So this is Oliver working on the floor right now. We've bought flooring from Costco, actually. It's really cheap. It was about $25 per box, and we only need 1.5. So we bought 2 boxes for about $40, but it's not bad, and it looks really nice. It's laminate flooring. We were gonna go with bamboo. We had access to that, but it was gonna be much too heavy. And the thing about our van is we want this to be as light as humanly possible so that we get better gas mileage. So things are looking good. Oliver's sorting out the patterning right now on the floor and how it's gonna go. And then we glue it down, and we're finishing the edges with a metal trim. The floor is officially in. Oliver's just about to clamp it, but unbelievably, this is one of those other things that I was talking about just earlier. With everything being perfect, it is 100% perfect from end to end. Somehow, the boards we got fit all the way from that end to this end, completely in line, perfectly, and we've just made this floor in the most random way possible. For that to happen by the millimeter being perfect end to end is kind of insane, I think. Oliver thinks that it's normal, but I'm like, I cut this board, the underlying one here, on a whim. There was like, it wasn't because the floor ends there, actually, that's boxed out. So I just cut it randomly, and it worked. It worked like a charm, pretty much. So we're clamping things, letting it, we've glued it down actually, and you can see it's looking nice. We've clamped that corner over there, and we're kind of going to let it sit for a while we have lunch and stuff, but we've been walking on it, and it's perfect. It's stable, it's really nice, it looks good. These are the floor finishings that we're putting in. We're using the same metal that we used on the inside over there. It seems to be the perfect thing to use, actually, and we're just drilling it in to finish off the edges of the floor, which I think is a really nice thing. It makes it look interesting, kind of cool, and also it's not bad. It's pretty utilitarian, I think. So we've got it some over on that side too.